Forget magical hammers and capes. The real superheroes are already here and walk among us in the guise of ordinary people with extraordinary abilities. I'm not talking about the mysteries of telekinesis or laser vision, although that would have been really cool, but real-world wonders and mysteries that push the boundaries of the human body and mind. From mega strength and the real Aquaman to one very peculiar snake girl, this list will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about human potential. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 supernatural powers that actually exist. 25. The blind man who can see. Born with the eye cancer retinoblastoma, Daniel Kish lost his sight before his first birthday. However, he didn't let this limitation hinder him. Inspired by how bats navigate in the dark, Kish developed his own echolocation system using clicks generated by his tongue. He discovered that each object produces a unique echo signature. For example, the distinct echoes bouncing off of a tree trunk differ from those of its leaves and branches. Through careful interpretation of these echoes, Kish constructs a three-dimensional mental image of his surroundings. Researchers believe his clicking activates visual areas in his brain, aiding in spatial awareness and depth perception. 24. The woman who can fly. Norwegian daredevil Karina Holcim loves to leap from cliffs and buildings, not in a fall, but in a daring pursuit of flight. Base jumping. This extreme sport, an acronym for Building Antenna, Span, and Earth, lets participants experience a brief taste of human flight. Unlike skydiving, base jumpers rely solely on their skill and meticulously chosen jump sites, often scaling treacherous cliffs before taking the plunge. Clad in wingsuits, unique jumpsuits creating lift, they soar for a few exhilarating seconds before deploying their parachutes at the last possible moment. 23. The man with the photographic memory. Stephen Wiltshire isn't your ordinary artist. He has a photographic memory, which allows him to memorize the most intricate details of entire landscapes after seeing them only once. This exceptional talent has catapulted him to international fame, his artwork capturing the essence of cities and landscapes all around the world. Studies suggest that people with photographic memory may have unique brain structures and processing pathways that allow them to encode and retrieve information with exceptional detail and accuracy. 22. The man who can survive without food or water. Our next story borders on unbelievable, and hey, it might just be. But Prahlad Jani, an Indian monk, claimed to defy human limitations by surviving without food or water for over 70 years. Attributing his miraculous survival to divine intervention, he captivated the world. Jani underwent scientific testing in 2003 and 2010, but to date, his testing results remain confidential and can provide no backup or definitive proof of his claims. We know that the human body can endure short-term extremes under specific conditions. Still, Jani's claims might very well lie at the perfect intersection of faith, human potential, and the boundaries of scientific knowledge. 21. The Rainbow Woman. Artist Concheta Antico was born with a rare genetic gift, tetrachromacy. This genetic ability allows her to see millions more colors than the average person, granting her the superpower vision of our world. Scientists estimate that most of us can distinguish around 1 million colors. Tetrachromats like Antico, however, can perceive up to 100 million. 20. Mega Memory. Mary Lou Henner, the actress who played Elaine Nardo in Taxi, has a remarkable superpower: highly superior autobiographical memory, or HSAM. This rare condition, affecting only about 100 people in the entire world, allows her to vividly recall nearly every aspect of every day of her entire life. Unlike most people who rely on photographs or journals to stir their memories, the few people with HSAM can often recall everything, from the weather to the emotions they felt to the smells and conversations they had on any particular day of their lives. Scientists are still unraveling the mysteries of HSAM, but it might be linked to enhanced activity in the brain regions responsible for memory and spatial navigation. 19. The Human Calculator. Nilakanta Banu Prakesh, or as he is fondly known, the world's fastest human calculator, lives in Eluru, India. This young prodigy has stunned audiences with his ability to figure out complex calculations at lightning speed, which has even earned him brain comparisons to that other freaky superhero, Usain Bolt. Iluru, Banu Prakash's hometown, has a rich tradition in Vedic mathematics, an ancient system known for a strong emphasis on mental calculations. 18. The Dwarf-Giant. Adam Rainier was an enigma, not for just one, but two crazy medical conditions. To this day, he holds the unique title of being the only known case of a dwarf-giant. Born in 1899, Rainier was initially diagnosed with dwarfism. Then, in his early 20s, his body suddenly defied all expectations and experienced an unprecedented growth spurt. Over the next decade, he grew an astonishing 3.16 inches per year, eventually reaching 7 feet 2 inches. That role reversal must have been tough on his pulleys. Doctors later discovered the reason for his remarkable growth: a pituitary tumor. This tumor caused his body to overproduce growth hormones, leading to acromegaly, a rare condition that causes excessive bone growth in the face, hands, and feet. 17. Canhead. I'd like to introduce you to Jamie Keaton, or Canhead. Thanks to a unique medical oddity, his head has superpowers. His skin produces extra oil that makes it easy for him to stick objects like cans, bottles, and even cell phones to his head. I kid you not. Jamie has turned his extraordinary ability into a steady income, regularly captivating audiences on TV, proving that it just goes to show sometimes the most unexpected and unique quirks can be sort of awesome. 16. Godhand. The founder of Kyokushin Karate, Masoyama, was more than just a man. He was a legend. Earning the nickname Godhand, Oyama built his reputation on barehanded encounters with bulls. And trust me, these were feats bordering on the superhuman. Oyama faced 52 bulls. He had no issue with severing their horns and even floored 3 with single strikes. Later in life, he also traveled to the US and took on professional wrestlers, proving that he loved to take on bulls. Of every variety. 15. The Marksman. If comics featuring Hawkeye are your thing, well then, I might have found a new hero for you to look up to. Byron Ferguson is a real-life sharpshooter with vision capabilities that are practically superhuman. Unlike most people who see objects clearly at 20 feet, Byron boasts an exceptional 20/15 vision. This translates to Byron clearly seeing objects about 25% farther away than someone with average vision. If you can imagine being able to spot a dime on the sidewalk from across the street, or read the fine print on a distant billboard with ease, well, then you'll have taken a walk in Byron's shoes. 14. Olivia Farnsworth never feels pain. Imagine going through life without ever feeling any pain. That sounds great, right? Just bring on those needles, Mr. Doctor. A rare genetic condition called chromosome 6 deletion caused Olivia Farnsworth to have no sense of pain or danger. And in some ways, it's amazing. It's helped her to survive being hit by a car because she didn't tense up as she got hit, but it also causes her to never feel tired or hungry. And her mother has to pretty much force feed her food and sleeping medication just to keep her alive. When you look at it like that, the occasional ouchie might not be such a bad thing after all. 13. The woman with perfect memory. While some might joke that their wives remember everything, Jill Price is the real deal. She remembers everything. From things that happen on specific dates and times to what was on the news on any particular day. Her mind is basically like a never-ending recorder, and it can, and unfortunately does, play any moment or memory at will. I bet her husband must be under some real pressure, as she would probably demolish him for any memory-related argument. Though while it might sound impressive, it is a double-edged sword. Jill's vivid memories constantly flood her mind, making it hard to focus and learn new things. Imagine being in a classroom full of 3-year-olds all trying to get your attention. Yeah, it's like that. And it can be pretty debilitating. 12. The woman with mutant super beauty. Elizabeth Taylor wasn't just beautiful. She had a rare genetic anomaly that granted her a unique superpower. A mutation that left her with striking blue-violet eyes and double-thick eyelashes. This mutation, affecting her FOXC2 gene and impacting only a fraction of women, gave her an undeniable advantage on stage and screen and drove the men in her life completely gaga. She was married no less than 8 times, twice to Richard Burton. 11. The man who is immune to AIDS. Not all superheroes wear capes, and all hope is never lost. That statement has never been truer than in the case of Stephen Crone. Stephen lived throughout the early years of the AIDS epidemic and lost a lot of his friends to the disease. However, despite being exposed to the virus multiple times, Stephen remained uninfected. Determined to make a difference, he offered himself up to medical research, and lo and behold, scientists discovered a unique genetic mutation in his DNA that provided him with natural immunity to HIV. This discovery would become a critical piece in the fight against the virus, and Stephen's contribution helped to develop a drug that continues to improve the lives of those battling HIV today. Many wouldn't be alive without Stephen Crone's kindness and selflessness. 10. The woman with super hearing. Justine Mitchell wasn't bitten by a radioactive spider and she didn't come close to gamma rays. But at 39 years old, she woke up with a different kind of super ability. Superhuman hearing. Have you ever seen Hollywood's version of someone becoming a vampire? They suddenly hear everything. In Justine's case, the world quickly turned into a cacophony of noises and a constant assault on her senses. Known as superior canal dehiscence, it's unfortunately not that easy to filter and switch off, and Justine has stated that it often overwhelms her. 9. The man who fears nothing. Unlike comic book heroes with nerves of steel, like Daredevil, the man without fear, dad of two Jordy Cernick's lack of fear stems from a unique medical condition. 2 surgeries to treat Cushing's syndrome removed his adrenaline-producing glands, essentially shutting down his body's natural fear response. While this might sound like a superpower straight out of a comic book, it is infinitely more dangerous. Without that primal sense of fear, Jordy may unwittingly put himself in harm's way, unaware of the potential consequences. 8. Some people of Papua New Guinea are immune to Kuru and mad cow disease. Our next entry is more of a fascinating look at human evolution than a superpower. Kuru, a prion disease similar to mad cow disease, caused significant suffering among the 4-8 people of Papua New Guinea. The disease was spread through a now-defunct funerary practice in which the community honored their deceased by consuming their brains. Recent research has revealed remarkable adaptation among the 4-8 people. Some have developed a genetic mutation that makes them highly resistant to Kuru and its potential transmission. Researchers hope that the discovery will aid future advances in understanding and treating prion diseases. 7. The Real Aquaman. While it's hardly fair to compare any man to Aquaman, my researcher and writer forced me to do it, so I'm sorry, Jason Momoa. However, Dave Mullins is the real deal, and he doesn't need a fancy suit. Dave holds the record for the longest distance ever swum underwater on a single breath, an incredible 265 meters, or 869 feet. That's like swimming nearly the length of 3 football fields without ever needing to come up for air. Mullins' impressive feat is a testament to sheer human determination and years of dedicated training. There's nothing fishy about it. 6. Seeing underwater. The Moken people in Indonesia. The Moken people of Southeast Asia have eyes like dolphins. And no, that's not some sort of joke. While most of us see blurry blue under the water, Moken kids can control their pupils and reshape their lenses, giving them crystal clear underwater vision. Their incredible adaptation, honed over generations of diving for food, probably makes them the actual underwater superheroes of the world. 5. The Incrediboy Wonder. Move over, Superman, there's a new kid in town. And he's no alien. The Incrediboy Wonder, otherwise known as Chris Morgan, is a British teenager who can lift cars like they're mere toys. This real-life superhero, who wore the crown as Britain's strongest schoolboy way back in 2012, can hoist a hefty Ford Fiesta, weighing nearly a ton, without breaking a sweat. I mean, who needs fancy gadgets or capes when you have pure unbelievable strength at your fingertips? 4. The Tooth King. Ladies and gentlemen, Antonios Neonakis, aka the Tooth King, pulls off the most incredible feats with his teeth. Yep, the Greek strongman holds the record for heaviest vehicle pulled with teeth, dragging a 20,360 kilogram fire truck, which is 45,000 pounds, a full 2 meters. Just saying that hurts my teeth. The Tooth King's jaw-dropping, pun intended, talent proves that sometimes the most impressive superpowers come from the most unexpected places. Like your mouth. 3. The Super Linguist. Vaughn Smith doesn't have super strength or photographic memory. His superpower is the ability to speak and understand an astonishing 24 languages. Smith started young, and his interest was tickled by his bilingual upbringing. He's largely self-taught, using books, listening, and practicing with native speakers to keep his linguistic skills top-notch. From Spanish and French to Bengali and Hungarian, there is no stopping him. Although, I mean, Vaughn, come on, 24? I mean, we only like 25 here, so, up your game. 2. The Mini Hulk. Well, if you can't be Aquaman, I guess super strength will do. At a mere 5 years old, Liam Hoekstra stole the world's attention, earning the title of the world's strongest toddler. Concerned, his parents had him tested. The results were astonishing. Liam's strength surpassed 85% of all 6-year-olds. But what about those other 15%? Oh my. Liam's secret weapon was a rare condition called myostatin deficiency. This condition caused his muscles to grow at an accelerated rate without any need for workouts. However, Liam's superpower came with a downside: an increased appetite. His growing body needed tons of fuel to keep up with its development. So, with great power came great appetites, and heaps of delicious food. 1. Kajol Khan, friend of snakes. In the heart of India, where snake charmers are a part of the cultural landscape, a young girl named Kajol Khan defies expectations. Unlike other girls who play with dolls or hold imaginary tea parties, Kajol finds camaraderie in the most unexpected place, with 6 king cobras. Affectionately calling them her best friends, the young girl fearlessly interacts with these venomous creatures. Is it normal? No. Is it what young superheroes do? Most definitely. So, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out our social medias, including my personal ones, links in that description. And if you like this list, you will love the one we did a while back on the most mind-blowing facts about time travel. From the complexities of time paradoxes to popular cultural references linked to time travel, you might just be surprised as we validate some truths and debunk several myths in less than 30 minutes. So, to go to that list, simply click that link right here. As for me, probably Nightcrawler's teleportation would be cool. Or Wolverine's super healing. That'd be sweet. I don't know. Who's your favorite superhero? That's another question. Click it. That's your superpower. Clicking this. It's a terrible superpower.